This person sent the collection to me that I did a video on, and they had no idea these coins were in here because they don't know dates, mints, they don't know what key dates are. They didn't know this at all. Just threw a bunch of rolls in the box with all the other stuff I showed in the video, and I talked about the rolls, and a lot of people ask to see what's in the rolls. Well, I'll tell you, finding an 1877 that wasn't supposed to be in there or he didn't know was in there, plus some other key dates, some other nice coins, that's not typical. What clued me in to really look through these closer was the fact that it said pulled from albums on some of the rolls. And I thought, if they're pulling from albums, then these have certain dates and mints from those albums. So we went through them, and I'm going to show you what we found. My name is Daniel. You're watching Coin Help You. Thanks for watching my latest video. Please, if you want to buy coins from us, go to portsmouthcoinshop.com. If you have any questions, I see a lot of questions in the comments. Well, I need to see your coins. So go over to our Coin Help You community, links in the description of this video, and post an image and ask your question over there. So let's start looking at these coins. It's pretty amazing. So I showed you the bag of large cents. There really wasn't a whole lot in there. Most of them were damaged, but I did get to cherry pick these, and I didn't expect to see these in there. And that is draped bust large cents. They're not in the greatest condition. There is die rotations on them, fairly common. 1802 on that one, I believe. Some of them hard to tell the date on it. It's hard. I can't hardly see that at all. But you know that what it is. And here's an 1801. And then just an 1817. I just kind of pulled it to show it. So this one here is an 1801. A lot of green corrosion on it. Then we had a few rolls here of Indian cents. Dad went through, and some of them are, they call it, CN. They see copper, nickel, and just early dates. Well, he didn't know if these were worth more or not. But we're not in the business of hiding things like that. Not here at this coin shop. Not if you send rolls like this. We're going to go through them and look at them. 72, those are all better. They're not in the best condition, but they still have, some of them are, but most of them are not. And this one here is pretty nice. These are just coins that Dad, picked out himself. And some of these have some mint luster on them. 09. There wasn't an 09S in here, but there was an 08S. Here's a 64. Now when you have a 64 in this condition, you can tell if it's an L if it has a pointed bust. This has the round bust, so we know that's just a regular 64. Got some issues on it there. Then here's a few more. 05. 94, just like I said, just a little bit better, some of them, but the dates is what I was more concerned about. It's pretty rough. Another 64, 88. You always look for the 88/7. That's got something going on there, but it's not that. It's got something on it. And 1885. So those are a little more common there. 1864, another one, 1882. There's an 1884. So here's a few more. Just a little better condition for the years. Some of them are not that great, but there's another 88. And if you ever find the 88/7, 8/7, that's a very, very valuable coin, especially in that condition. Then here's some more. 1879 and 78. Start seeing Liberty on these, it makes a big deal. 72 is not too bad. That's a pretty good one there. just in the low condition. 63. Got some with mint luster. These here are 09 and 07. It's not an 09S or anything, and they're probably AU58, but still, yeah, that's pretty cool. Here's another one, 1909. Always look for that S at the OH. You always want to look for the S on that. Another 06, a little better condition. 63. Like I said, there was just a bunch of these that were just marked as out of albums. Someone just put them in, took them out of the albums and put them in the folders. Another 64, that's an L. You can see the L on it. You can see the bust is pointed. Pretty good grade for that. And it just kept finding them. 73, decent condition. You got two types for that, open and closed 3. You got the first year, 59. And another 59. 62. And 60 in low condition. A little corroded there. There's a 1865, some more 71, 72. And we obviously paid them more for these because, I mean, when you start finding stuff like that, you can't ignore it. You have to look through rolls. You have to look through things, especially when they're older collections. You know, this is a 67 with Liberty on it. I mean, that just has value to it. There's an S on the back of that, and you know that has to be an 08 or a 09, and it's an 08S. 75. A nice 1860. Got a little mark on the cheek there, but nice coin. Just for an uncirculated. And here's the 1877. And when you have an 1877, what you do is you flip it over and you look for the weakness on the end, and it has it, you know that's authentic. Even though it's not a high grade, you know, AG, still worth a few $100s. And he didn't even know that that was in there. He didn't even know there was a coin worth that much. So there's some more. Like I said, here's, I mean, and I'm just looking at the Indian cents here. Like I said, you can just see the better dates all through here. You can see the CNs, they're the early ones, the 62s, 79s, and you've seen them all. Some of them got a bit of cleaning on them. Now, in the Buffalo Nickels, there was like a 13D Type 1. There was 1883 V-Nickels, but there wasn't any 84s or 85s or 86s. So I'm going to show those. I'm going to show these because there was a few Flying Eagles, which we knew those were in there. They were just common dates, mostly 58s. There was a bunch of really nice 1909s and 09 VDBs. Some of them are unk, but they've been cleaned or wiped on and then retoned, like this one here. Hard to tell in the video. It's got some lamination on it there, delamination. But these are still going to be worth a little bit of something. You see that one's clean for sure. But you see a lot of them here that are higher grade, but they've been cleaned. It's unfortunate. You know, but you got a lot of that in this roll here. And I was actually surprised that these Indian cents had all those better semi-key dates, the 1877, the 08S, which are the key dates of the series, and even some of those with Liberty on them, like that 67 and some of the earlier ones. I've got to go through these, and I'm going to have to grade them out, and whatever needs to have acetone on them and get rid of the, and maybe even use some of that, you know, the Verticare, just to see if I can help them out a little bit. Some of them need something done to them, but I mean, overall, I mean, it's just amazing how many the better dates was in that. So thanks for watching my latest video. Please watch the video for the entire collection for the other stuff that was in that collection. Please like, share, and comment, and have a great day.